All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, GWT CDSE family, and welcome to today's call. My name's Rob Pampling, diplomat with Global World Trade, soon to be ambassador, but I'm not going to be promising you that I'm going to be wearing a dress anytime soon, so I'll leave that up to other guys. So, guys, look, it's my absolute pleasure and privilege, and obviously we're excited again to have Naz on the call. She's going to run through some training on the phase 5 releases and rollout of that. So we all know and love Naz, Vice President of Product Design, and obviously she's instrumental in this new phase 5 releases as well. So without any further ado, I'll just get Naz on the call and we can get going. Naz.
Absolutely, Robert. Thank you so much. And good evening or good morning, our CDSE members. I've got my voice back again. Again, for those of you who were on the call last night, I totally and completely lost my voice, and I was totally exhausted from the Alberta tour. There was so much amazing energy that I experienced with the team, and I want to send out a big shout out again to, of course, our leadership core in the Alberta market. And tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through our phase 6 updates, and of course you're a big part of it. Being a part of the elite CDSE group, people look up to you, and it's important to make sure that you're aware and educated on all of the new updates. So the first one I want to quickly talk about is the zone pricing, what it is, what it does, why it's important. So I want to make sure that we're all on the same page on this. Please make sure you have your pen and paper ready. Take down some notes, and if you have questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them at the end of the call. Number one, the zone pricing is, we've made it a unified pricing. For those of you who are in Canada, you weren't really affected, as we already have our taxes that you had to pay for your packages. But one of the things that we wanted to do is have a unified packaging price when it came to all of the different countries that were buying products. Because what we were experiencing is that distributors were, from Canada signing up distributors in the United States, or in UK, or in Nigeria, or in Italy, and we had different types of zone pricing. We had anything from 15%, which is of course the basic start from Canadian pricing, and then we had anything to 30, 40, 50, 60%, 18%. I mean, the numbers were all over the place. So one of the things that we've done is we're going to be subsidizing a bunch of it ourselves, and we've made it 15% all across the board. This makes it unified, this makes it easy, this makes it simple, and of course, now everyone will have the exact same price, and that's exactly what we wanted to work towards. All right, the next one, we've talked about this over and over and over, but I wanted to reiterate it again. As we all know, that POSH is 100% IA. There is no more 50-50 IA and 50% cash, but of course you can have an amazing shopping spree with your team, and of course build some volume and do lots of home parties. Next one, renewal. This has not been released. I want to make sure that everyone understands this still has not been released, but basically the renewal IA rebate is your renewal is pretty much free. That's what it means. Pay your renewal, get a reward, IA rebates for paying your renewal. And so, basically you pay $194 and you get $194 in IA rebate value, which I believe it's like 93 IA. And basically what you want to do is you take 93 IA times 1.25, add the 67% maximum profit, and that's pretty much how you get the 93 IA points. I don't mark my words for 93, but I think it's around that vicinity. So again, this is huge, because someone that renews is like having a free membership, except when they renew, or they're getting some free product. And what I really, really like about this is that, that person that maybe doesn't have any more IA in their account, and they may be sort of wondering, well, there's no benefit for me to even renew. Well, guess what? Now you're giving them a phenomenal tool to be able to renew and get the right mindset, but most importantly, get products right away. So if they've been wanting to buy that watch in the Posh collection, or that ring, or whatever it is, or they may have a VIP customer that's looking for a product, this will be a great alternative, of course, for them to buy products. So I absolutely love this. You know, our CEO is amazing and generous to be able to offer this to us. Now, I know we have some people that are kind of logging in a little bit late. I want to make sure that we are reiterating some of the topics as our CDSE members. I want to make sure you're taking down notes. As our CDSE members, our distributors look up to you, and it's vital and important to make sure that you are properly educated about this. So please make sure you're taking down notes. If you don't understand something, this is a great call for you to open up and talk to me and ask me the questions that you have. Now, last night I lost my voice and I wasn't able to emphasize on a lot of this, but I mean, Renee and Reza did such a phenomenal job on the conference call last night. But I wanted to cover this amazing release, which is our second release, the Celebrating the Phase 6 with the 7-day diamond getaway. Of course, you're getting a chance to see some of the pictures. You know, when someone launches their diamond email, they receive a 7-day getaway. And of course, we know that all of your LCs that upgrade effective as of August the 17th to September the 17th will also get a chance to take advantage of the 7-day diamond getaway as well. All right, so the 7-day getaway, what to say, what not to say. I think it's really important to stress the fact that it is not a vacation. Vacations are usually, people understand that it's, you know, food, flights, the whole kit and caboodle. And, you know, we saw people posting online saying, oh, get your all-inclusive vacation paid for, you know, become a diamond and get your free trip. So they were trying to oversell you know, the trip for people to join. And I think that's really, really important to make sure that we're not embellishing it. This is only for accommodations. This is a resort style and is not an all-inclusive. However, I want to teach you guys some inside scoop that wasn't shared on last night's call. As our CDSE Elite members, of course, you get access to some of these perks. So when we say the value is between $1,500 to $2,000, once you get in touch with the travel agency, you can actually even say, can I do a 3-4 day trip and do a higher star rating? Can I do a 3-4 day trip instead of the 7 days, but basically get my food included as a part of the resort? Can I use a little bit towards flight? So you have this amazing budget to be able to utilize, but the reason we're not teaching it to the masses because we already know that our distributors are trying to oversell this way too much, and we don't want to do that. Of course, this is not a cash value, so you cannot call the travel agency and say, can I just get the cash value for this mate? You know, I don't want to go on a trip. The answer is no. You have to go on a trip. It's about lifestyle. It's about showing people the lifestyle. It's about, you know, it's about doing an amazing getaway with your family. And as you can see in the pictures, these are amazing resorts. You know, they're not your Sheratons or the Hiltons, but these are getaway resorts that you get a chance to take advantage of. Of course, all locations are subject to daily availability. So what that means is that there may be a property that may not be available today, but it may become available the next day. So it's really based on availability. And really what the 7-day getaway is, you know, it's for new paid diamond emails to be able to receive a code for one person, a companion, and 2 kids aged 11 and under. And of course, it's a 7 nights. So it's basically, I guess, 8 days, 7 nights of resort accommodation, 1 room based on double or quad occupancy based on the kids. And of course, as I mentioned earlier on, there's over 3,000 different resorts to choose from, including North America, which is Canada and United States. There is Mexico, there is the Caribbean, South America, Africa, Asia, Europe, and Australia. Once again, I want to reiterate, flights, food, and beverage are not included, but all-inclusive package can be purchased through the travel agency based on your budget and based on what you are looking for as well. All right, so the 7-day getaway, who qualifies for it? Who gets this? Make sure you take tons of notes here because this is where we are getting the questions, and I want to make sure that it is crystal clear, brand new diamond emails. Anyone who basically launches an email as of August the 17th, as a diamond, and they become a diamond right away, not only do they get the products that's in their account, but they also qualify for 7-day getaway. That's the first part. Second one, any individual, so any LC, current LC, that their email is at a retailer, Palladium, or Gold, if they upgrade within their first 30 days, and remember this, of course, promotion started on the 17th of September, well, I apologize, 17th of August, my apologies. They have in their first 30 days to basically upgrade. But for a limited time, any LC who upgrades their email to a diamond, so they could have joined, 60 days ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, 8 years ago. If they are not a diamond member and they are a retailer, a Palladium, or a Gold at any level, they basically have up to September the 17th. So it's not from the time that they join, but the 30-day promotion ends on September the 17th, where they can, in fact, upgrade their email to a diamond and not only get the products, but be able to take advantage of the 7-day resort style. Now, what is included in your 7-day getaway? Of course, what do you need for your 7-day getaway? Well, first of all, as an LC or as the person who's going to book the getaway, you become the primary traveler. And what that means is that you are the getaway holder. You have to be on that vacation during the time that it is booked. You must be 21 years of age or older. You must, of course, be holding a valid local ID. And of course, if you're going to travel, you're going to need a valid travel document, which is including your passports, of course. And you will definitely need to own a major credit card, such as a MasterCard or a Visa. Now, your companion can be anyone. It could be your friend, it could be your boyfriend, it could be your girlfriend, it could be your nanny, it could be your best friend, anyone in relation to the primary traveler, and they can be of any age. Just the main traveler needs to be 21 years of age. And of course, you need a valid travel document, so you need a valid passport to be able to travel. Now, if you guys are a couple, let's say you are an LC and you want to take your spouse with you, but you also have kids. Well, if your kids are up to 11 years old, their trip is included, and you don't have to worry about any accommodations because it's based on the double occupancy as adults, and your 2 kids are already included. If your kids are older than 11, so they're 12 years or older, it's $75 per child. And after 2 kids, after 2 children, any additional kids are $100. So if you have, 3 kids, your first 2 would be at $75. Of course, if you have 2 kids under 11, it's free. For any additional kids, it would be $100. And of course, you need to make sure that your kids definitely do have that valid travel document as well for them. However, let's say you are, you and your spouse want to go on this trip and your kids are considered adults, which means that then in fact they would have to pay $100 per young adult or senior adult. Let's say you want to take your grandparents with you. Any adult traveling would be $100, but you got to remember it's based on the double occupancy or quad, which means that you would then in fact be only accessible to 1 room with 2 double beds where you and your spouse are sharing 1 bed and the other 2 adults are sharing the other bed as well. So I hope that is clear. And of course, if you're not clear on anything, as I mentioned to you, as CDSE Elite members, you want to make sure you're taking tons of notes to make sure you're clear so you can ask me so you can pass on the right message back to your downline. All right, so here's how it works. So someone launches a new diamond email. After they launch their email, after the 10-day cooling off period, they will receive in their back office a redeem getaway button. This, of course, doesn't apply to anyone who upgrades. Anyone who upgrades gets that redeem getaway button right away. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sending you an email as soon as you put that redeem getaway. Within 48 hours, you're going to get a unique getaway code Make sure you do not pass that code on to anyone. Make sure you don't Facebook it, Instagram it, because that code is worth $1,500 to $2,000. And of course, you follow the instructions on the email to register your code and start to plan your getaway. All right, so you got to understand that your getaway code, once you do register it, expires after 2 years. So you only have basically 24 months to be able to travel. All travelers must have valid travel documents. I've already said that, and of course the proper visas. And there's a refundable $100 deposit that is required at the time of registration. And of course, it will be returned back to the travel when the travel is complete. And that is only to be able to guarantee that you are going to be traveling and there's no losses. Now, the getaway codes are non-transferable after registration. I want to reiterate this. So that means you go online, you register, you know who you're going with. Once it is registered, you can't then transfer it anymore. So it is vital and important to know exactly who you are traveling with. And again, once you do register, put your codes in, a travel agent will be calling you to assist you with your flights and other your travel needs. So let's say you get online, you want to go to, I know the St. Lucia team was telling me that, can we go to St. Lucia and you use one of the resorts there? And so the answer is yes, they can. But most resorts in St. Lucia, in Mexico and Caribbean, most of them are all-inclusive. So when your accommodations is for free, you would most likely have to pay an extra fee to be a part of an all-inclusive resort, if that is what is available. Because as I mentioned earlier on, most of these resorts are getaway resorts. They're not chain hotels, but they are resort-style getaways. Now, one of the amazing things is that these are fully customizable getaways, and the agent will work with you to suit on your needs. So, for example, if you wanted to get more bang for your buck, you can say, I want a lower star hotel, but I want to include this, or that will open up maybe your options. For me, I would rather do a shorter trip, maybe a 3, 4, 5 day trip, but upgrade the resort and basically maybe do a 5-star instead, and vice versa. So it is fully customizable, and once you get access to your travel agent and the website, you can, of course, help get that information. All right. So enough about the trip. Let's go over to PV culture training. This is the new culture of selling, selling, selling. Now, when I was in Alberta this past weekend, I know the guys and gals over there were super excited. And this does not only apply, by the way, to the women. This definitely applies to the men. I mean, Chad, who's one of our diplomats in Alberta, is on fire. This guy has more inventory than anyone I've ever seen. He sets up a mean product table, and you know what, this past weekend, just alone with the GWT LCs, he sold $258 in retail just in one day. So I want to make sure that all of you guys know that the PV culture is super, super important. So the new GWT concept is to buy and sell versus pay and recruit. You got to understand that in any business, you need customers and you need business partners. And so we want everyone, and I mean everyone, to focus on retail sales for an immediate quick profit. Because the reality of it is you sell one item, you could be making money that same second that you launch your mall. Also doing retail sales has got a visual focus on personal performance, which I personally love, versus team performance, which is CV. So the new PV culture is about personal volume. And the amazing, amazing, amazing thing, which I love, it is new, simple, step-by-step. It's a faster way to be able to help your LCs qualify in advance for a higher status and, of course, incentive. So one of the things that we know not everyone's a recruiter. We know that not everyone is in this to just, build their team. Although that's got the longevity, that's got the residual income of it. But the reality of it is, ladies and gentlemen, when you are able to sell and retail and make, of course, retail profit, we know we got tons of people all across the globe that would love to be able to focus on the retail aspect of it. And I know we have a lot of LCs that are super revved up about this and they want it. Now imagine being able to, you know, get up and achieve diplomat. An ambassador, which is of course, you know, getting to diplomat, is amazing because you would normally have to sponsor 3 diamonds to become a diplomat. Now imagine, based on personal volume and retail sales, becoming a diplomat and getting your DPIN. And then once you surpass that and become an ambassador, not only do you get the ambassador rank, not only do you become an ambassador and a part of the CDSE by simple buying and selling and retail sales and the PV, but you even qualify for the ambassador cruise. How insane is that? So I'm pretty revved up about this. I can't wait to roll this out properly. I can't wait to give you guys all the charts. And for the next little while, I'm going to be training all of you guys to every week after week to give you all of the phase 6 training that you need that's going to be super effective and of course the most accurate information so we can ensure that duplication is happening properly. But most importantly, now you want to focus more, there's more focus and rewards for product retailers. And you know, it's unfortunate that this past year at the convention I didn't even do you know, the retail king and queen, and it was because we don't have the right structure in the back office. But right now our IT team is working on that PV culture, and imagine now you're able to see who in your team is creating the product retails, who in your team is bringing in the PV, and of course how much personal PV you have. So those are all the amazing and really, really cool stuff that we are going to be implementing. So some of you probably need a little bit of clarity of what is the difference between PV and CV. And that's what I'm about to explain it to you. So make sure you take some notes. And of course, if you do have any questions, we're always here to answer them for you. So PV stands for personal volume. What that means is that these are personally generated sales. So this includes, of course, your monthly IA contribution. So whether your monthly IA is 35, 75, or 150, that accumulates towards your personal volume. So if you're on your IA for 12 months straight, of course, that is going to help out. Anything top up. So for example, you know, you guys all know we implemented the amazing top-up, which many of you take advantage of, which is you're putting in your 150 IA, but you're working towards that product, and you're putting lump sums of top-ups of, let's say, $350, you know, $500, whatever that is, and that top-up also contributes, of course, to your personal PV. But it doesn't stop there. Sorry, it doesn't stop there. Your VIP retail customer purchases. So any of your VIP customers, you know, we talk about putting in 20 VIPs every single month. Well, imagine all of your VIP retail customer purchases will also contribute to your PV. So the more home parties that you do, the more online sales that you do, the more business cards you put out, guess what's going to happen? Your personal volume is going to go up. And last but not least, any additional purchases that you make or sales will also contribute. What does that mean? Well, how many times have you gone on the website, you found an item that you really like, you would love to purchase it, but you don't have enough IA? Well, you know, let's say that an item is 1,000 IA points and you only had 400 IA in your back office, and you use your 400 and you pay the rest of the 600 for the $1,000 item. Well, guess what? That will also contribute to any additional monthly purchases and sales towards your PV. Now let's talk a little bit about what is CV. This is cumulative volume, sales generated by your LCs in your downline. Okay, sorry, let me go back. PV is only for retail and IA, which only benefits the upline. You do not make any purchases, you do not do any sales cycles when it comes to your personal PV. CV is anything that generates in your organization. So anyone in your team, whether you sponsored them or not, that is considered commissionable volume. And that sales are generated by all of the LCs in your team. And as you can see on the right-hand side here where I'm pointing at the U, let me close that. On you, if you are a diamond and you have a left team and you have a right team, all of the cumulative sales that this team does, your left team and your right team together, that commissionable volume, of course, as you know, we pay out 8% to infinity to everyone. So once again, any retail customers equals personal volume, of course, all of the stuff I just shared here, and you can earn up to 67% retail over and over again. Once again, the CV is commissionable volume for anyone that is in your organization. All PV will be accumulated towards incentives and rewards, and I'm super, super excited about that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now let's move on to some amazing new promo tools that we talked about last night, and I know a lot of you were super eager and excited to go out there and to make a purchase right away. And this is a new prospecting pack, ladies and gentlemen. And I cannot stress enough to you what a phenomenal tool that this is. And if you haven't already bought yours, I would highly, highly recommend for you to buy this. This is very effective. It's working extremely well. And you know what? It just shows professionalism in your business. So this new promotional pack is used as a giveaway to your prospects, and I shared this a little bit last night, where of course it includes the folder, the compensation plan book, the media accolates, the survey application, and the gift certificate. And this is something that we want you to give away to every single one of your prospects that comes out to a tour. So here's how it works. You basically put it out there for every single prospect that comes out, and they basically get a chance to sit with you, review over the survey, number one, go over the application if they're ready to launch, and if they have compensation plan questions, of course, the booklet is right in there. But the amazing media accolates is also in there for you to flip through with them and go over all the different amazing media accolates, and go over and share anything else that is needed. But it doesn't stop there, because the $100 gift certificate is also in there. Now, what I shared on the call yesterday was, imagine having this tremendous tool that you can actually go out there, and every single time that someone brand new wants some more information, imagine being able to give this tremendous tool to them after the tour and saying, I'll come and follow up with you within 24 to 48 hours. So let's say they say, I have some questions. I want to sit down with my partner. I want to sit down with my spouse, and go over, some of the information that you shared with me. Now imagine being able to send them home with this tremendous package and saying, no problem, John. Here's a package for you. Study it with your spouse. And I'll be over, does Monday work for you, or Tuesday, to sit down and go over all of the different advantages. Now you are able to sit down with them. Now you're able to give them the proper information. But most importantly, you are able to follow up. Now you've given them a kit that they can take home and be able to give you a tremendous tool that is going to help you for a phenomenal follow-up. So, and if someone says, well, no, I'm not interested, you say, no problem, I'd love to come and pick up a package from you, as I have another prospect that's ready to go with it. Now, some people also tend to leave the package with them because it also has a slot for the business card. So sometimes people actually leave it with them and say, you know what, and that is an option if you don't want to go pick it up, which is, you know what, why don't you hang on to the package? I'll follow up with you in 30 days or 60 days, or when you get back from your trip, or when you get back from your honeymoon, or whatever it is. So it also becomes an amazing tool, once again, for you to do the post, of course, follow-up. All right. Also, if you really, really wanted, if you also wanted, there is also the amazing compensation plan booklet. So if you didn't want to get the whole package, there's also, of course, the simplified breakdown of the comp plan, because, of course, the surveys, the applications, and the gift certificates could be bought and downloaded separately as well. So the compensation plan, I highly recommend every one of you should have, 30, 40 of these, of course, all the time, every month, because we all know the forensic networker numbers are 40 dialings that you do is going to get 2 people into your business. So you want to make sure that you have, 40 of these all the time to talk to people, because we, as a forensic networker says, 40 dialings will, get you 10 presentations. Out of 10 presentations, two will join you, Well, you know what? If you need a pack of these as 10 of them, you should be going through those numbers real fast to be able to get them the information that's needed. So the compensation plan booklet, again, is available in your back office, and a phenomenal, tremendous tool. Highly, highly recommended. All right, so one new thing I wanted to share for tonight is the new platform, the new webinar platform. So as UWT enters the 21st century with the new webinars and meeting softwares, you guys always know our motto, right? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. Absolutely, you said it right. So here's the thing, you know, we're always evolving, we're always growing, and as you guys are all currently on the GoToMeeting webinar, we are also implementing a Zoom teleconferencing call software. And we highly recommend for everyone to start downloading Zoom video conferencing. This is a large video conference meeting for our leadership core. We're going to be using this effective as of next week for our CDSE call. So you guys will be able to see me live, which I love that platform. I think it's very interactive. I think it's phenomenal. And of course, the webinar panels will be able to increase with 50 hosts, where we are limited a little bit right now with GoToMeeting. And we're not getting rid of GoToMeeting, but we're just adding a new tool. And of course, 50 hosts on video, and up to 1,000 listeners could call in for the Zoom. Of course, we're going to be getting updates on the servers and the best connections around the world, and it is an improved and sound quality. We found that this works better than the GoToMeeting, and a lot of the foreign countries, it's got a lot more clarity, and you know, we'll just work like your current software. What I love about the Zoom is that it's also very well done on your mobile phone, which I personally love. So we will be sending out new links. It is much easier to log in. And of course, we're going to move from the older softwares into the new softwares as well. So keep posted. If you haven't already downloaded it, make sure you do, as it is a tremendous tool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last night you heard us talk about the North American Conference, and we talked about tickets selling out. If you are a CDSE member on this call and you did not buy your ticket last night, why not? I got to tell you guys, we are more than halfway sold in our tickets, and that was just the first day. And it would be pretty embarrassing to be a part of the CDSE and miss the CDSE reception party on Saturday night because there wasn't enough tickets for you to attend. So especially with the promotion of buy 5 and get the 6th one for free, that is flying off the shelves. I would highly recommend to do that within your teams. Of course, these are early bird pricing that we are doing. It is going to be in October 13th, 14th, and 15th. To give you a little bit of rundown, on the Thursday, it is the Mega Night Tour. There is no fashion show. It's about cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. It's about making money. And that night, on Thursday, October the 13th, it is going to be held at the International Plaza Hotel, where it was our international convention. And on Friday, we are going to be doing the forever asked forensic networker. Everyone's been asking for this. This training is phenomenal. This training was a massive tool for me to learn how to manage my time and to learn how to be able to build an MLM business full-time from home and earning 12 to 18 months. So this is for the serious networkers that want to become 6-figure income earners, and that day is going to be a very intensive training that is going to teach you all of the steps, all of the tools that you need. Well, we're going to give you as much of it we can. And last but not least, on Saturday, I am going to be doing the release of many new items into the Posh collection. I'm going to be debuting them. I'm going to be training it and talking about releases. And of course, we're going to be also talking about software and comp plan updates. A lot of them, what you've heard of on the original update that Ramin did on Phase 6, many of them will be released, and many of them will be trained, of course, at this event. So it is a do not miss event whatsoever. You know, it's going to be a tremendous event. $49 is like nothing for a conference for the training that you're going to get. We're going to put a lot of effort into just pouring into you. This weekend is all about training, building your mindset, much the same like what I just did with Alberta, and it's and then of course on Saturday night we're gonna end the night for just only exclusive CDSE members. And of course, if someone in your team is really eager to become a CDSE member, what a phenomenal way, especially with all these crazy promotions that we have, for someone to become a diplomat. All they need is 3 diamonds and they are a diplomat. So on Saturday night, we're going to have exclusive reception, of course, with our CEO. This is going to be a champagne, chocolate, hors d'oeuvres, and some amazing one-on-one coaching with Ramin, some elite training for only the CDSC members as well, which I'm super excited about. So, of course, the North American Conference is up for sale right now. Individual tickets are only $49. I mean, we kept it super cheap for you guys this time. The group promotion is buy 5 tickets and get the 6th one for free. Of course, as you're giving away these tickets, we need to know corporately who the tickets are under. And of course, once you buy 5 tickets in one bulk, the next ticket is on us. This is a tremendous, amazing incentive for all of you. So once again, if you haven't bought your ticket, get online right now, buy your ticket. We're already more than halfway sold, and I don't, you know, it would be horrible to be a CDSC member and not be able to come because tickets are sold out. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I am so proud to announce our 11th annual convention. This takes us back to really 2008 when we did the pre-launch for Fairy Mosh. This was the first time that we ever did the Forensic Networker. This was the year that Sherry and Tammy Fung became, Sherry Zhao and Tammy Fung became our President's Cup winners. And it is being held at the Sheraton Niagara Falls, Canada. It is right on to the falls. It is the original Sheraton. So save the date, March 23rd, 24th, 25th. It's going to be insane. Of course, once they get released, there is limited Falls View rooms, and I've got an insane rate for you guys for that. So they're going to go quick, so make sure you keep posted. Again, as CDSC members, what you want to do is you want to always book a suite and have after parties in your room, get together, do team building, bonding, and everything that's needed. So I'm super revved up for what is coming up. You guys heard on the call last night, if you were on, I was totally E&E. I was so tired from coming back from Alberta, but I could not miss the conference call because I wanted to make sure accurate information was passing on. So Robert, this concludes my part. At this point, what I'd like to do is I'd like to open the lines for comments, questions, and of course, anything that I can assist with.
Thanks, and Naz, that was absolutely brilliant. And obviously, you know, we just love all these new things that are coming up in the Phase 6 part of the business. We've got a couple of comments here. I don't see any questions right now, but I think Erin Spreen's taken credit for the Zoom, for introducing you to Zoom. She says you just love our Alberta team who showed you the Zoom, Sanaz. So, and there's a few other comments here about people love the Zoom ideas. So that's going to be awesome. So, yeah, I don't have any.
Well, I want to respond to that, Robert. Well, one of the things you guys have to understand is that I have always said that we are open. I've always said I'm still a sponge and I'm always learning. So yes, actually when I saw the Zoom the first time, I thought this is amazing because it is so interactive. It is so much fun. And you know what? Why not we implement it? So yeah, we started to look into it and now we've implemented it corporately and we're going to be doing some switchovers so we can have a more interactive call with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's great. Adu Razak said he's all clear and ready to run, so that's good. And what a great webinar, you know, so yeah. No other questions really, so that's it. I've got a few announcements I can make with these, with the international tours if you like, but apart from that, there doesn't seem to be any other comments or questions.
No, I just amazing excitement, love this tool from Junior, yay from Jessica. You love your Alberta team and you showed, I got that one. Powerful Sanaz, all clear. Yeah, of course. By the way, as CDSC members, it's super important to make sure that you guys are clear, that, you know, what's happening in the future, because people will come to you when it comes to that. Now, we do have one question about when will the new zone pricing be in effect? They're already in effect, and that is from Asaf. They already are in effect for the past 2 weeks. That was actually one of our first releases that we did. So Asaf, that's already launched. It's already been in effect for the past 2 weeks.
Okay. I do have a question myself, which I can see is not in here, but I've got a question. So the question is, when will the business tour slide stack be updated to reflect the new change with the 7-day, holiday getaway? And
Already updated.
Is it? Oh, okay, because I looked at your last night, wasn't updated yet.
Yeah, last night wasn't updated. This morning we updated the, again, while Reza and Renee were doing such a great job last night, I was taking notes, and that was actually the first thing at 9 a.m. that was changed this morning, right, Eastern time. So it is up and live and ready to kick. So all of you can get online, download it, and of course I'll present the new tour. Marshall says, thank you, Sanaz. Phase 6 is changing the game. Marshall and team, you got it. Phase 6 is insane, and it's going to kick everyone out of the park, and I'm super excited. We said, how can it get any better from Reza? Yeah, absolutely, Reza. I mean, this is insane. Leaders, get your tickets. This is coming in from top millionaire Reza Mascarlu. Get your tickets now and get your team to do the same. I agree, Rez. It's not about just buying your own ticket. It's about smiling and dialing, mass texting, getting on your on the phone. And Rez, we were telling the team last night, we've already sold more than half the tickets from last night. So we've already made huge progress, and of course, with the free ticket, that is going to, of course, move the tickets a lot faster. So if you haven't bought your tickets, I would hate for you to be disappointed. Make sure you get online. I'm actually looking at the ticket sales, and there's more going out now. So again, you want to make sure you don't avoid disappointment. You want to avoid disappointment, I should say, and buy your tickets. Other than that, Robert, I'm going to pass the call to you to see if there's, and if you can just make the other announcements that we have coming up.
Okay, great. Thanks for Naz, and that's brilliant. So I'll just share my screen, and we can run through those extra things. Can everybody see my screen now?
Oh, there you are. Go ahead.
You got me? Okay, cool. So obviously we've got the Montreal tour coming up this weekend, Friday the 26th and the 27th, which Sanaz is obviously excited to go to. And, we've already got people from Australia sending people into that meeting through Facebook and other means. So, obviously everyone's get on to people that in these cities and get them into these tours. The Rome event in Italy Summit is coming up as well in September 2nd and 3rd with Lior and Sanaz and Marshall and a few others. So that's another really cool
Robert, if I can just add to this one.
Yep.
We've actually just made a change on this. This price is only for the early bird. The tickets are about to go up to €50. So you want to make sure that you're talking to your team. Your team needs to understand that these are the early ticket pricing, and they are going up at the end of the week to €50.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's that. And then we've got the Caribbean Conference. We've had some questions about the location on this one, but please keep an eye on your back office email blasts and corporate GWT corporate Facebook page for updates on the venues for this. But this is happening, in October, so there's still a bit of time to go for that one. And then obviously this is just a summary. So we're into Montreal next weekend, Rome, obviously St Lucia's coming up, and then down here in Perth and Melbourne in Australia. And obviously Sanaz's already gone through the international conference, which is coming up, and we're all looking forward to going to that as well. And then this is just the updates on the 7-day stuff. So that's all that we've got right now. Obviously, yeah, that's it for today. So unless you've got anything else to add, Sanaz, I guess we can end the call, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, Robert, the only thing I wanted to do is I'm going to be doing these very short, to the point trainings every single Monday for the next little while to make sure it is war on confusion. I want to make sure that we're reiterating everything, and of course we're going to be getting, our top leaders such as Reza, such as Renee coming on, helping out, doing a lot of these trainings, but it's going to be an amazing journey. It is phase 6, let's hit the ground running. Like I told Alberta team, press reset, let's go kick some butt, and most importantly, let's make a lot of money. Have a great night, everyone, or good morning, wherever you are.
Thanks, Sanaz, and good night, everybody. See you again soon.
See y'all in Montreal soon.